Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is a game from last night. I thought it was pretty entertaining to watch. I'm playing by myself. I have my tryhard pants on. I have my tryhard class on. Wins when I play by myself don't come so easily, so I don't mess around and you know. I do mess around actually. I had a bunch of games where I tried the dual wield shotguns, which didn't work for me at all. By the way, I completely failed. But in this game, it was like, all right, enough embarrassing myself. I'm going to try to win this thing, and I hope that the game provides an entertaining backdrop to the commentary. Now, the commentary is about Battlefield 3. So, for those of you that don't know, there are, at the moment, I want to say two or maybe even three major players in the first-person shooter world right now, if you count Halo. I, I don't know. I don't mean to put down Halo, but sometimes I feel like the writing's on the wall with it. And here I wanted to capture A, but I feel a little locked in. But sometimes with Halo, I feel like the writing's on the wall. That game has it had its peak. People aren't liking Halo Reach for whatever reason. I mean, it's not getting played, and it's not been really well accepted by the community. But so what are you going to say? That the two major ones, I think, with a lot of future promise are Battlefield and Call of Duty. Those are the two big ones now. And Battlefield just came out with a new engine. So for those of you that don't know, and I'm not a game developer, so some of my details are surely going to be off. But the engine is the basis of this game. It forms how the people move. It forms how how they take damage, how the guns react. There's so much set in the game by this core stuff. And then a lot of these development studios, they're kind of like the artist. I'm trying to lock them off and not let them get to Bravo here. They're kind of like the artist, right? So they determine the maps, they determine the game style, the game types. They come up with, and also they modify the engine quite a bit, to make it suit their game. So yeah, one makes the paint, the other makes the art, and together, there you have it. But of course, with the raw materials, there's only so much you can do. And Battlefield 3 has a new engine. So I watched them talk about it, and I also saw the preview to the engine, and I think they put like 3 minutes of gameplay in there. And one of the things I noticed right away was how nicely the character models moved. I think Call of Duty looks pretty good. I can't think of many better looking multiplayer games, or any better looking multiplayer games. But when I watched the guy sprint in Battlefield 3, it was like, wow, what do you know? It's the same console, but you might argue that it's another level. Sorry, emails just rolled in. So that was pretty neat to me, that they did something new, and it looks really good. So, but on the other hand, when I see the Battlefield guy stress so much about how big their maps can be, I feel like they're putting their effort in the wrong place. Bigger does not equal more fun. Bigger equals pain in the butt. Bigger equals dying and having to walk all the way across the map. And I know they have that spawn system, but still, the basic core of it is, pack us in there. I have a better time than I do when things are spread out all over the place. And now they're talking about, so that series over there has a destructible environment, which is pretty interesting, right? Like, if a guy's camping in a building, sometimes you can attack the building to get that kill instead of that guy directly. And, that's kind of a neat concept. What they're doing with Battlefield 3 is they've made it so that they can have city environments and destructible cities instead of the environments they had there, which were more like, small town type environments. And right here, by the way, I feel like I get blocked in through this door and I can't escape like I want to. And hard situation. So Battlefield 3 is pretty cool. I'm interested in that. That their lighting, their character models are really good. One thing they did that I just love is they made some progress on the kill streak system. So kill streaks, of course, in Call of Duty work just like you'd think. You get a kill, you earn something. Kill streaks in Medal of Honor are a little more complicated. I forget what they called them. It wasn't called a kill streak anymore. But the way it worked was if you got a kill, you worked your way towards your streak, as normal. But if you completed some sort of objective, that also counted towards a kill streak. Like, if you were to capture a flag in it wasn't called domination, but it was effectively domination. But if you were to capture a flag, then you would earn points toward your kill streak. If you were to, I don't know, explode a bomb or detonate a plant or whatever, these are the sorts of things that build towards your kill streak. Little Zerg Grizz jump off there. So I love that. I love that they did something for players that didn't just do like what I do a lot of in this game, which is sit back and defend flags. They also rewarded guys who captured flags and things like that. And I was tunnel visioned on Charlie there. I got him, but it was in time. So anyway, pretty cool. So I love that Battlefield's doing that, and I'm interested in giving Battlefield a shot. I'm a little concerned it's going to be more of what we've always seen from that series, which is a slower paced game, really gigantic maps, and if I spend too much time sprinting across the map, not being where I'd rather be on that map, then that to me is not the hallmark of a really good game, and I wonder if they're able to address that. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. I didn't realize I was losing B because I was aiming down sights. So Battlefield 3 is coming out. It's a major player. Call of Duty's coming out in November, and I'm a little confused. Maybe you guys know how the whole development studio hierarchy works. Like, it has me kind of curious. I survived this because I've got Flak Jacket Pro on. But the development studio hierarchy. So I know Sledgehammer's working on it. I know Infinity Ward is working on it. And I've heard that there is a role-playing game that's coming up in the Call of Duty series. I guess they're in love with their success from World of Warcraft, and that might be more. I don't know, but I'm doing my best to hold Bravo in this game. So it's Sledgehammer building the multiplayer thing that we saw. I'm kind of curious, and I don't know the answer for sure. And ignore my accuracy here. I'm just shooting in this window to prevent him from wanting to stand in it and shoot back. He should feel like it's too dangerous to stand in front of there. So anyway, Battlefield 3 is coming out. There's a new engine. It's pretty exciting. They do some interesting things with the kill streaks, but I'm afraid that they're a little addicted to gigantic maps, and they don't see like, I think most guys look at Array and they're like, this map is too big. I don't really like it. But Array pales in comparison to an average size map over from the EA side. And, just spend a lot of time running around wishing you were somewhere else. And that, I hope I'm wrong. Right? It's clearly too early to put out a game review. One of the things that I think would really benefit any new first-person shooter are some new game types. Domination is good. I really like it. I saw Wings of Redemption put up a video yesterday on how to play War from World at War, and that looked really good. Like, I didn't actually play a lot of World at War, so that video was awesome to me. And his like-dislike ratio was amazing. It was like 300. And a lot of times people will dislike a Wings of Redemption video for stupid reasons. It's something he said 9 months ago. But not in this video. Like, everybody just loved it. So go to his channel, check it out if you're interested. But it made me want War back in Call of Duty. And that in itself is kind of a cool thing. But I'd like some brand new games. I'm not that good at coming up with game ideas. I can do what I guess anybody could do, which is, take ideas from Halo. They have one called Headhunter, which was really cool. If you haven't played Halo Reach, it's kind of like Capture the Flag, but instead of the flags being at a set point, you get a headshot, and the little, it's a flaming skull, but it could be anything. The MacGuffin that pops out of his head, you need to grab that thing and run it to a capture point. And, of course, a little bit of map control, team communication, all these things help win that game. Because you've got these like flags in your hands, and they're really important, and you need to move them to another part of the map, and it's really cool. And I think when Demolition came out in Modern Warfare 2, at first I hardly played that game at all. The only reason I really ever chose it was I accidentally thought I was going to get Domination. And then after a few months, I started playing Demolition more and more, and realized that this is a pretty viable game type. That Demolition is cool. And to me, it added life to the game, or I should say, it added lifespan to the game. Whereas if I had only played Domination again and again and again for years and years, I probably wouldn't have been interested in it as long as I was, as I was Modern Warfare 2, with the new games out. So, I really think one of the key things for I'm trying so hard to win this game. I really think one of the key things for a new game having some life and catching my interest is going to be having new game types. If you just drag out the same tired team deathmatch and domination again and again and again, then that takes away from it. So to sum up, EA is coming out with Battlefield 3. It has a new engine. It looks a lot better than any first-person shooter I think out there, and it may have maps that are too large for my taste. I hope they have new game types. I think new game types are the lifeblood to making a new first-person shooter interesting and getting people to play it again and again. If you like this video, please click on like and favorite, and thank you for your support.